welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to be doing a 90s makeup look. This one in particular, of course. I got super inspired. It's basically a get the look when I saw this photo of, let me pull it up on my phone. This photo right here of Alexa Demie and Barbie Ferreira? I always struggled with that last name. But I just think they look so hot and I'm so into this makeup. It's so glam and very different from what I do, so I always get inspired to try to get the look. You know, I never practiced these things, so all of the makeup that I'm using for this makeup look, super exciting, is all from the drugstore. So we got a little bit of E.L.F, a little bit of CATRICE, a little bit of Makeup Revolution, stuff like this that maybe you guys have seen and you're curious about how it applies. So throughout the makeup tutorial, of course, I'm going to be giving you some feedback on what I think about all of the products, and because a lot of it is kind of like new to me and new on the market. So let's just go ahead and get right into it before this camera dies. So today we are going to start with the eyes because I have a feeling I'm going to totally F up the liner, so we'll just leave foundation till after. I'm going to be priming my lids with the Maybelline Superstay Concealer. I've been really loving this concealer. I just wish the undertone wasn't as pink. I did try a few different shades and I couldn't exactly find my match, but as an eye primer, this is going to be absolutely perfect. So next we're going to shape the brows. I'm going to first brush them with one of my favorite drugstore brow gels. This is by Essence, so we're just going to, you know, groom them into place, and then I'm going to fill in any sparse areas with my eyebrow pencil. This one I actually picked up at Walmart while in Puerto Rico. It literally competes with my Tom Ford favorite brow pencil. I love it. If you're ever in PR, definitely pick it up. Now for the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the CATRICE and EMAN palette. The shades in this are so stunning. Congrats, EMAN. This is beautiful. They're so rich and warm. I thought it was perfect for this eye look. So I'm first taking Sunset and I apply it to the crease, starting to carve out the lid and define my eye. Then with this pale vanilla shade that I'm packing on the lid, so we really have that nice stark contrast against the crease color. I feel like it's the epitome of a 90s eye, so it's almost like a cut crease but a little bit more subtle, which I'm really into, and it's a lot easier to do. So then with this brick red and a bit of a denser brush, I'm going over the crease once more and diffusing that color over top, so the crease is a bit deeper and also carries a reddish warm tone just like the reference. And with a more defined brush, I'm taking the deep chocolate shade. At the time I thought it was going to be less warm and more of a neutral, but it definitely comes across as a burnt brick red brown shade, so this is the shadow that is really going to define the eye. I pack that directly in the crease with the pencil brush and diffuse it out with the fluffier but still dense brush that I used earlier. Taking our chocolatey shadow again and the definer brush, we are going to start creating our wing. With that definer brush, I'm just dragging out the shadow to really define the wing and, you know, just create a nice little start. So once you have the shape of the wing, go ahead and jump into liquid liner to help define the eye right away. So this is actually a dark brown shade and this is by CoverGirl. It has a really thin brush so you can get detailed, and I'm actually taking it all the way into the inner corners so we have those kind of cat eyes, and this is really going to help to define the eye. Next, I took my favorite KAJAL. This is by Maybelline, and I have really loved this for such a long time. I just smudged that across the waterline to just intensify the liner and just give us a little bit more of like a smoky vibe. We're going to further smoke this out with the black shadow from the CATRICE and EMAN palette. I'm just smudging it closely to the lash line as well as across the bottom lash line and fully extend it across the wing that we have already created. Now that I have all of my lines and placements for the wing and crease and everything on the eye, I go in and fine tune by gently blending out and then adding a little bit of product at a time and then diffusing with the clean brush, so we're just kind of going back and forth and fine tuning anything that we need here. With a makeup wipe, I'm cleaning up and sharpening the wing so the tail end is a bit skinnier and also sharper. And then with an eyeshadow, again, I tried to diffuse it out just a bit so it looks softer. I know, it's a dance we play here with wing liners, so just a little bit of back and forth. Moving on to the face, I was excited to try this because of course it reminded me of the Milk Blur Stick. I do feel like it is a pretty good dupe. It's going to help to mattify our face, but it did feel a little bit awkward applying because it's so massive. For foundation, I'm using the E.L.F. Flawless Finish Foundation. I thought this foundation was just okay. I felt like I couldn't find my right color match, so I'm kind of relying on bronzer later on to bring back some warmth because I did feel like it looked slightly ashy. As for the formula, I thought it gave really great coverage. It's definitely on the matte side, which I felt was definitely necessary for this 90s glam. I'm also using the E.L.F. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, which gives me tape shape vibes, if you're into that. It's very full coverage on the thicker side, but still creamy enough to blend out. Again, with the shade choices, I don't know if I just suck at choosing my color, but I guess, again, this actually works here for this look. I'm also using a favorite contour, which is by RIMMEL. I love this duo stick. It makes it so easy to contour. With a small brush, I'm first buffing out the concealer, and I like to use a brush when I already have a lot of shadow under the eye because I can be a bit more detailed and careful not to disrupt the masterpiece that I've already created. And for the contour, I'm just taking this E.L.F. beauty sponge, which is my favorite beauty sponge, not just at the drugstore, but like ever. It is so good. Definitely pick it up. It's the best. It's so soft. Drugstore Holy Grail Classic is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians formula. I love this guy to further sculpt some sharp 90s cheekbones and also bring back some warmth to my face. Next are these gorgeous blushes from the EMAN and CATRICE collection. I'm taking that burnt salmon color there on the corner. I think these blushes are definitely a highlight in the collection, especially if you are on the warm undertone side like me. They are so stunning. I'm popping them under my cheekbones and blending up. If we look at the reference, the blush placement definitely helps to create the illusion of lifted cheekbones and is definitely part of the 90s look. I'm further defining my cheeks by cutting my blush and bronzer with the Maybelline concealer and buffing out with the sponge, and then diffusing the line softly with a clean brush. For lips, I could not for the life of me find a drugstore liner that I owned. At the time, I was trying to find this matte lip crayon by Maybelline. I used an Euphoria makeup look, but it turned up after I finished filming, of course, so I'm so sorry. This is by BUXOM, but the Maybelline one is a dead ringer for this shade. I even tried to go with the ColourPop one, so let's just ignore this. We went back to the BUXOM. And with this pale nude CoverGirl liquid lip, I'm just filling in the lip. And glossing it over with my favorite drugstore gloss, the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer in Unreal. If you haven't tried the Essence mascaras yet, you have to. The formulas are so good. I'm so pleased with how affordable they are, and yeah, they're just really, really good at lifting and separating and fluffing and just doing. So with the mascara wand, I'm applying the mascara by winging it out, so the bulk of the weight of my lashes is on the outer corner, and it just gives us that like fluttery 90s eye. I just heavily coat with mascara because I hate applying false eyelashes, but you can totally pop some on the outer corner of your eye if you want here. You may have noticed I tried to pop a little mole earlier, but I decided to change the location of it and bring it up, and I'm just doing that with the same liquid liner that I used on my eye. Of this makeup look. I had so much fun trying my hand at this glam 90s look. Ugh, I never practice anything, so you probably saw me struggling a little bit like I said in the beginning of this video, but I hope I made it a little easier and a little bit less intimidating for you guys to follow and recreate at home. If you guys have any suggestions for me, any other get the looks, any makeup looks that you want me to do, feel free to comment down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. All of my links are in the description box as always, as well as all the products that I use in this video will be listed and linked per usual. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.